Hello, fabulous Scorpio. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of March 2014, General Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. This month, as I looked at the sky for you, I thought about the importance of keeping perspective, and I thought about the importance of being mindful of your compass. What is it that you really want out of life? What is it that ultimately you are wishing for? And what are your higher hopes as well? Now, when I look a little bit further ahead, just to give you some context, next month, there is an important eclipse taking place that has to do with you being brought into alignment with a more loving path, a more karmic path as well, and you really being brought into alignment with some of the karmic rewards that actually you've been sowing now for a very long time. How those rewards actually manifest is going to be determined in large part what you do now. So I'll be here to talk about that more fully once we get to next month. But for now, I would really like you to keep some perspective as to what it is that you're doing, what it is actually that you are putting into place, because I think you're going to find that those seeds are really valuable, not only for your life right now, but also for where it is that you're headed, also for your future, what you reap next month and going forward from there. This month, there is this focus on really coming to terms with and really being honest with where it is that you've changed, where it is maybe you've pursued a goal for reasons that maybe were not so clear at the time. And I think about this idea of how sometimes we pursue something thinking it's a calling, but actually are motivated by other parts of us. So you may actually be motivated by, and it's a possibility, being motivated by fear, being motivated by a desire for approval, and a host of other things that sort of push us and propel us in a certain direction and to put our efforts in a certain direction. Well, what I'm seeing is that in at least one area of life, you have been pursuing a path, and in some cases, for some Scorpios out there, quite dogmatically pursuing a path, only now to come to the realization, to come to the appreciation that this pursuit that you've been under actually has been guided by some less than enlightened emotions. And this is really good because you need to have this understanding in order to understand what you no longer want to be pursuing. And what I'm seeing for some Scorpios out there is a very powerful alteration, a change of course. And this is part of a larger vision of bringing your life into alignment with a higher vision of your life. And so if you can, very gently and very purposely, bring your attention to some of your motivations for the things that matter to you most, the things that you're pursuing most fervently. I think you're going to find that in at least one way, there are areas in which you really don't want what it is that you've said you've wanted, that you've been working towards. Now, for some Scorpios, this is going to be quite the surprising process. For some Scorpios, actually, what I'm seeing is the possibility that maybe a path you pursued for many years of your life, that you were sure that this was the way for you, now becomes very clear that that's not actually what you're going for. That's not actually something that you want to keep doing with your life that ever really felt natural. And that's really the key here. Can you find something that feels right in your bones? Well, of course you can. You can find something that feels natural. That doesn't mean that you don't work hard, but that there's a flow to what it is that you do. What I'm also seeing is a friend play an important part in this process. So the possibility of someone sort of saying to you that, you know, you should want this because this is really good and this is going to give you this and this and this. The possibility of you continuing down a path and pursuing a path, it seems to be cheerleaded on by a friend, and that sort of projection, you being able to see this other person demonstrate these qualities, really, these qualities that are less than grounded in an authentic expression of who you are, because you're able to see them in another, you're able to recognize them in yourself as well. Regardless, I do think that people, whether it's relationships or otherwise, it is people that mirror to us who we believe ourselves to be. And this month, as you attract somebody into your life who's actually been there sort of in your sphere for a very long time, but as you attract an experience into your life that shows to you just what it is that you've been pursuing, how it is that you've been going about living your life, and where it's right and where it isn't, where it's honest and where it isn't, that realization is going to help you to get more grounded in what really matters to you now and not matters to you based on who you were. You've been changing. You've been evolving. Saturn, as I said in the Saturn special, for the last year and a half, Saturn has been moving through your sign, asking you to get real, asking you to be really honest about what you need to be happy. And I think this month, it may just surprise you to find that the answers are very different than what you've been pursuing so far. Thank you for watching. It'll be a great month. Be fabulous and enjoy.